Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Chubbs Reviews where I try to bring you a review every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today, we're talking about Black Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I mean, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Ooh, excuse me. Please don't cancel me. That is a joke if you've watched the show. Anyway, we're going to do a non spoiler review for the most part here. I'm going to set up some premises, give you an idea of some things because I feel like the trailers were somewhat misleading, but not in a negative way. Just the trailers for this show really made you feel like it was gonna be really made you feel like Batman. No, it really made you feel like it was gonna be a buddy cop type of a show, and you were gonna see these guys go around, maybe solve some secret spy type cases, and they were gonna like laugh and whatnot. And I hope you guys like the hat. I don't know. I think they kind of look ridiculous, but it's just to make me look different in some of these videos, you know. Anyway, yeah, you think it's gonna be a buddy cop movie, kind of like a Captain Marvel with her and Nick Fury. I don't know. I just that's what I thought it was gonna be about. But no, I would best describe this show as a mixture of like mainly about who's gonna be the next Captain America, and we kind of know who it is, but about what he thinks about taking on that responsibility, kind of how he earns it, along with like the Winter Soldier's redemption of dealing with being an assassin, the Winter Soldier, and going from that to being Bucky, even though he still is kind of Winter Soldier. Um, and you get little pieces of other uh, world building connection things going on, which I really enjoyed. They touch on a lot of social issues or political issues, actually. I like some of the early ones where Falcon is trying to get a loan for a bank. And it's just dealing with people coming back from the blip, you know, where Thanos went like this, you know, with people coming back from that, it's dealing with that a lot. And I shouldn't say so much. I realize that in videos I should not say as much because that shit can get really annoying, and I apologize. Uh, um, but the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Bucky's redemption arc, Falcon basically becoming possibly the next Captain America. We also got Baron Zemo in this, the villain that no one really remembers. He was the villain from Civil War. He's actually one of the only villains besides Thanos to really win, and by that, and even then, Thanos kind of does lose in game. Um, Zemo actually wins, accomplishes what he wanted by breaking up the Avengers, and sticks to his code of basically hating super soldiers, super serum, and the Avengers entirely. And that's basically also I forgot to mention there's basically the premise of this show and like the setup to get these guys all together is there's super soldier serum that has been going around, and all these super soldiers. There's like a handful, and like 5 to 10 super soldiers, and they're like vigilantes with this movement and all that. Basically, so then they recruit Baron Zemo to their 2-man squad. It becomes a 3-man squad, which is where the Baron Zemo memes come from and all that. And that's the best part of the show is when these three are together. And you wish there was a little bit more of that. There's only 6 episodes in season one. It's basically a super long movie if you think about it like a 3 hour long movie. Each episode's like 45 to an hour long, 45 minutes to an hour long, which is very good, very different than WandaVision. Um, and it's more MCU than WandaVision. WandaVision is very unique, and I think that show's gonna be more appreciated over time. Even though it is already appreciated, but even more so over time because it's gonna be very different than all these MCU shows. This show goes back to more MCU action. I would say some of the best action scenes though is in the first episode, but there is action throughout, and there's a lot of good photography here or direction. I don't know how to describe these words. I'm not good at reviews, obviously. But some good camera angles here, some good screen shots, some setups. I liked it. I liked angles. There's also this character named John Walker, and he is also trying to kind of be the new Captain America. You learn this very early on. He's introduced, and there's just something kind of off about him. Very interesting character there. Uh, Very hated on the internet because of the type of character he was, but I think he is actually a phenomenal actor. Wyatt Russell, um, Kurt Russell's son, and Kurt Russell was the villain in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. You know, Star Lord's father. I don't know. Just cool to see that shit intertwined. I think he did a great job. The ending for that character in particular, I think, was probably one of my favorites. I think actually this show had a way more satisfying ending than WandaVision, but overall, WandaVision is a better show. I do recommend, not recommend, but I like WandaVision more. It was just WandaVision was like perfect to me. this show had a lot of preachy moments. I will say that it didn't really bother me as much, but it kind of did in the last episode. It was less of like good speeches and more of preach and all that. You either love it or hate it. It didn't really make me dislike the show, but I'm just warning you, it's there. And by preaching, I mean like political. I don't know. I kind of liked it though. It did fit. Color, racism, all that stuff. A lot of racism themes going on in here, and I liked it. A lot of the jokes in it were funny. I mean, it's not supposed to be that funny, but like I liked the jokes about it. I liked the Winter Soldier and Falcon's reactions to things about it. Um, they introduced some characters of like the past, like some guy named Isaiah Bradley, that I actually really enjoyed his character, even though it was also about the race thing. It's callbacks to the comics. I mean, that's not what a lot of people realize is that a lot of the characters in here, like John Walker, and even John Walker has a partner, a little sidekick. I already forgot his name, sadly. He's not a very great character by any means, or very memorable, but he is even from the comics. I think it's Battlestar or some shit like that. And same with the Power Broker. There's also this hidden mystery, the Power Broker throughout, and that's like the person who made the Super Soldier Serum or got it delivered or something, and you're kind of wondering who it is the whole time. It's kind of an Agatha Harkness thing from WandaVision, spoilers for that or whatever, that you kind of see it coming the entire show. Um, and I just won't spoil it for you, but you kind of see it coming the whole show. If you think hard enough, you already know who the Power Broker is. So yeah, that's that. I did like I said, the ending conclusion. It got a little preachy in the last episode and even the last few episodes, but I liked it because it kind of did make sense. Everyone's point of view made sense and their standpoint made sense. It didn't feel forced. It just was preachy. It was literally being like sat down and talked to for like 5 minutes in that last episode, at least 5 minutes. I'm trying not to exaggerate, but you either like that or don't. I mean, I like that it's at least sparking a conversation, I guess, and I do think everything was earned by the end of it. I like the Falcon way more. I think the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan's acting is just phenomenal in this. Anthony Mackie's acting is good enough. I mean, he just does what is needed, and he feels like a good Captain America. I mean, he kind of feels like it. So it's up to you by the end of the show if he's earned it or not. I think everyone's acting did phenomenal. It's another success of an MCU show. It's fully out now. You gotta watch it now. It's like a 6 hour long movie if you sat and watched it all. 6 hour, 3 hour long movie. My bad. Maybe it's 6 hours because each episode is like 40 to an hour a minute long. Whatever. It's very good. Each episode ends on pretty good cliffhangers. They visit a really cool city in this. I forgot what it's called already, but when I rewatch the show, I'm sure I'll remember it. The city is a city from the MCU, from the comic books, and I really enjoyed that city. I just thought it was cool and unique. And I think that's all I gotta say about it. The music was okay in the show. The action was up to par. Oh, there was the Flag Smashers. I almost forgot to mention the Flag Smashers. Like, no one's probably watching the video at this point because we're 8 minutes in. And they're like one of the main villains. And yeah, that's where the show definitely lacks, is in the Flag Smasher villains. They're like these vigilante super soldiers. I did mention them as the super soldiers, but that's what they're called. It's the Flag Smashers. I'm not saying a bad word there. Flag. Like flags. Okay. Anyway, they're pretty. They try really hard to make you feel for the characters, especially the main one, Carly, I think is her name. And I mean, you kind of again understand where she's coming from. Like, you see it, and you're like, oh, okay. But you feel nothing for her. You feel nothing every time anything emotional is happening with that character, and you just want more Falcon and Winter Soldier and Zemo. And yeah, whenever it's not on Falcon, Winter Soldier, or Zemo, you wish it is, and that's the flaw of the show, along with being a little preachy. And so yeah, sorry, my cats are scratching and shit. But anyway, my final verdict of this long ass video, that I'm so glad you've made it this far. If you have, comment down below what you thought of the show. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. My final verdict of the whole show is probably an 8 out of 10. I gave WandaVision a 10 out of 10. I think that's actually going to hold up over time to 10 out of 10. This could be a 7 to an 8, depending on how much you don't like the themes that are going on here, or you do like the themes that are going on here. If you like the themes that are going on here, this show's probably like a 9 or a 10 even. No, I would say a 9, because I think everyone in the world's going to agree the Flag Smashers are not interesting at all. But they're villains, and they get dealt with. So yeah, everything gets dealt with. I think things get wrapped up here better than in WandaVision, but there is still some mystery, some more things going on. It looks like they're gonna have a season 2. I thought it was gonna be a limited series, and it still might be. I have no idea, but it kind of sets up for a season 2, but also still concludes very nicely. I don't know where else these new characters would go into the MCU, like what movies they would show up in. And I would love to get an Avengers movie. Let me just fanfic here for a little bit. I gave you my verdict, so feel free to click off. But like, I would love to see a young Avengers movie or just a Avengers movie. I can't wait. I think I'm the only person in the world that is so into this like after Endgame shit, where it's just like I would love to see another Avengers movie where it's like it's the Falcon as like one of the leaders, and all the young people. Spider Man, um, even like Kate Bishop probably from Hawkeye's show, Shang-Chi, just all these new people, a new take on the Avengers, with upcoming people, and of course Doctor Strange and Thor, like the veterans are there. But I'm really excited to see what the MC is doing even after Endgame, even though it's like, what are they going to top after Thanos? It's just the fallout of the blip, and what's happening after Iron Man and Captain America is what's interesting to me. I wish, my only wish in this is they could have blown people away by just having one scene with like the old man Captain America from Endgame. Like, just have him show up, have Falcon go ask him what, like, for advice or something. Why is he not in the show at all? It just, I don't know. That was kind of a missed opportunity. That's what I wished the most. And no, Mephisto was not in the fucking show. So yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. Final verdict, 8 out of 10. That's my enjoyment of the show. Looking forward to Loki in like 8 weeks from now. Loki is gonna be super good. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.